All right, while this game is going on really quickly, I'm going to record my reaction to the lottery. So, first thought for me, as a Sixer fan, I'm glad they kept the pick. The 3 spot is a little tricky because, to me, the top 2 players in the class were clearly Flag at 1, Harper at 2. And then I have to do more film work, but I'm not really an Ace Bailey person per se. I could be persuaded, obviously. There are things that I like. But I will figure all that stuff out as I look at these prospects more leading up to the draft. But glad they kept the pick. Really shocked that the Spurs and the Mavs were the teams that jumped and that basically ensured that the Sixers would be in the top 4 or keep their pick. But when those lottery envelopes were revealed post-commercial for the top 4, of course the Hornets come in at 4, and then the Sixers got 3, and then when I saw that the Spurs got 2, my first reaction was, Nico Harrison does not deserve this fucking pick. Love it for whatever Mavs fans are left. And, hopefully some Mavs fans who left their team maybe think about coming back. Although I wouldn't blame them if they didn't come back. But what the fuck? And also, I don't think it's rigged, obviously. But I mean, this is not going to help the NBA beat the rigging allegations, man. Like, this conspiracy theory is now going to be on the level of the 1985 draft, which is ironically when the lottery was first installed, and the whole frozen envelope thing with the Knicks and Patrick Ewing. This conspiracy theory is going to be right up there. Nico Harrison commits the dumbest trade in sports history, and that's not hyperbole, and I don't care that the Lakers got eliminated in the first round. You are a fucking idiot if you think that first round elimination made the Mavericks trading Luka any better or any more palatable. But on top of that, they get to keep the number 1 pick in the draft. 1.5% chance of winning the lottery. And they get Cooper Flag. Just unbelievable, man. It looks like I'm interested to see how that would work because the Mavs do have a very loaded front court, and Anthony Davis infamously does not like playing the 5. They'll have to find a way to fit him. His fucking Cooper Flag is the number 1 pick in the draft. This is like your lottery ticket out of making the dumbest trade in NBA history. I just can't believe they're going to get rewarded for it. The jokes are funny, and the rigging jokes are funny, but I'm sorry, man. Nico Harrison does not deserve to make that fucking pick. But like I said, I am happy for whatever remaining Mavs fans are left. And I guess we will see how this thing gets built out. And then my first thought when I saw, after the shock of the Mavericks winning, my other thought went to the Spurs are pretty much very clearly, if Giannis were to ask for a trade out of Milwaukee, the Spurs are very clearly the top team to get him. Number 2 in the draft, you can get Dylan Harper, who is a potentially franchise-changing guard. You know I love my lefties. I love Dylan Harper, just from the little that I've seen him. And then you also get the 14th pick in the draft. You just had Stephon Castle win Rookie of the Year. You have all these other nice contracts and young players. You even have salary with De'Aaron Fox, potentially. It just depends on what the package is, but this is pretty much a clean fit just in terms of priorities for all parties involved. Giannis gets to go to a team that still has a lot of good players around him that will help him win and achieve his goals. Meanwhile, the Bucks, they get the treasure trove that they were looking for that comes with trading one of the 20 to 25 greatest players of all time that is still really fucking good and is still one of the most consistent players in the NBA on a night-to-night basis. And the Spurs get to fucking pair him with Victor Wembanyama potentially. I mean, quite honestly, I think this is going to happen. I have no sourced reporting or anything like that. No fucking inside information on the Milwaukee Bucks or anything like that. This is just very logical. if you just look at what teams have the most picks, what teams have the best contracts to trade for, etc., while also meeting Giannis's priorities of going to a team that he could absolutely win with. This is like clearly the best fit. Maybe the Mavericks, but I don't think the Mavs are going to be in the business of trading this pick, because if Nico makes another dumb trade like that, man, I'm sure there will be no Mavs fans left after that one. So that's ruled out. The Sixers aren't going to be in the mix for this at all, even with the third pick and the Los Angeles Clippers picks that they have. If they had landed at 2, it would have been maybe a better shot, or maybe would have put them in a better polling position as a potential Giannis suitor. But now that's not going to happen. The Spurs are pretty clearly the favorites now, even with the Thunder and all their millions and millions of first-round draft picks. The Spurs getting the second pick in the draft to potentially get a franchise-changing guard like a Dylan Harper, and then you get the 14th pick, so you have another crack at the apple to at least get a pretty good player with the 14th pick, or even use it as trade ammunition. The Spurs also have some of the Hawks picks left. They have a pretty good amount of picks to trade, and this is the most logical team. So the Spurs have a horseshoe up their ass. I also found it really funny that, the Charlotte Hornets, the Utah Jazz, and the Washington Wizards all got left out of the top 3. And the top 3 picks in the draft are 2 teams who just had the worst season in their franchise's history. And that is not hyperbole. And then a team in the Spurs who we can basically cement them as the team with the best lottery luck in the last 30 years. I mean, think about all the times where they picked in the lottery. The Duncan draft, Kawhi obviously, Victor Wembanyama, the number 5 pick last year, and the number 2 pick this year. Like, that's insane lottery luck. Especially these last 3 years, man. Like, Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and now the number 2 pick that could very easily land you Giannis if you offer the Godfather package. Buddy. Also feel sick for some of my homies who are Chicago Bulls fans, because they lost the coin flip to the Mavericks that put the Bulls in the 12th spot and the Mavericks in the 11th spot before this lottery started. The Mavs had a 1.5% chance, man. %1.5%. I still can't fucking believe Nico Harrison gets to pick first.